Lesson 82. We will review these ideas today. 1. The light of the world brings peace to every mind through my forgiveness. My forgiveness is the means by which the light of the world finds expression through me. My forgiveness is the means by which I become aware of the light of the world in me. My forgiveness is the means by which the world is healed together with myself. Let me then forgive the world, that it may be healed along with me. Suggestions for specific forms for applying this idea are: let peace extend from my mind to yours. Name of person. I share the light of the world with you. Name of person. Through my forgiveness, I can see this as it is. 2. Let me not forget my function. I would not forget my function because I would remember myself with a capital S. I cannot fulfill my function if I forget it. And unless I fulfill my function, I will not experience the joy that God intends for me. Suitable, specific forms of this idea include: let me not use this to hide my function from me. I would use this as an opportunity to fulfill my function. This may threaten my ego, but cannot change my function in any way. The light of the world brings peace to every mind through my forgiveness. Let me not forget my function. The light of the world brings peace to every mind through my forgiveness. Yesterday, we had the lesson, I am the light of the world. We've talked about how light means understanding in A Course in Miracles. So when we talk about understanding, when we talk about the light, we are talking about that understanding is a miraculous shift in your perception. And the way that that is accomplished is through asking the Holy Spirit to help you, to do that for you, to shift your perception, to heal and correct your perception for you. So the light can also be described as the Holy Spirit or your holiness. Your function is forgiveness. Your function is the atonement. Your function is all of that. But your function is also to create. You were created to create. What are your creations? Loving thoughts, expressions of love. Your function is to work miracles, to bring holiness, to bring the light to every mind here in the darkened, loveless world. That is your function. You are a miracle worker, essentially. And you bring understanding. You bring the love. You bring the holiness. You transform that which is not loving, that which is unholy, that which is dark. You turn the light on. You're the light of the world. The Holy Spirit is the light, the higher understanding. You are open. You accept the atonement for yourself. The understanding comes into your mind and through you, and you express it out into the world. I love the commentary on this first idea. My forgiveness is the means. My forgiveness is the means by which. My forgiveness is the means by which. Period. The end. Your forgiveness is your function, is the means to everything. It is the illusion, because there's really ultimately nothing to forgive, that leads beyond the illusion back to the truth of ultimate reality. My forgiveness is the means by which the light of the world finds expression through me. The Holy Spirit, God, love, light, understanding finds expression through me. Your part is essential in God's plan for salvation. You could not be more important. And there have been lessons that have clearly stated that. How important are you? Yesterday, how holy am I who have been given the function of lighting up the world? Number 2, let me not forget my function. Let me not forget my function. Let me not forget I'm the light of the world, and let me not forget my function. And let me not use this to hide my function from me, to turn away, to turn the other cheek, to as an excuse not to express love, to extend love, to work a miracle here. I have an opportunity in all things to work miracles. Everything is either love and you give more love, extend more love, or a call for love and you supply it. So whatever comes up, this is great for me. I'm thinking of something that I would withdraw from, that I would just not address and hope that it gets better. Knowing that that's not the case, that I may not need to do something on the physical, worldly level, but I really do need to pray about that. I need to hand that over. I need to have an honest conversation with God. Prayer is the medium of miracles. So this, whatever this is that's coming up for you, is the perfect opportunity to practice your function, to practice forgiveness, to practice extending love, to practice seeing the innocence, the ultimate truth in someone else or in yourself, to practice working a miracle. That's what it is. You're a miracle worker. You are working a miracle when you forgive, and you're really happy when you do that. The ego can be so sneaky and want us to hang on, holding on to grievances, to withhold, to withdraw, to not address something, to not bring it to the light. Keep it in the darkness. It's fine down there. Just shove it away. You'll deal with that another day. Don't we do that in our lives with, like stuff around the house and projects and things? It wants you to just let it fester, because then it can bring it up again times 100 on steroids with either that same person or another person later on, and it will just get you a little bit more. And that's what the ego wants. Its pleasure is your pain. And so it wants you to hold on to grievances. That's what fuels its plan, as we talked about in other lessons. But my function, let me not forget my function, and that I'll actually be so much more relieved and happy when I forgive. We weren't created to carry these grievances, these grudges, this conflict. We weren't created to bring the past into the present, the shadow figures, and copy paste them onto each person that appears in our lives. As this lesson says, we were created to experience the joy that God has intended for us. We're not separate. He didn't create us separate. So all of this back and forth, and you and me and they, and this happened, this could happen, and the grievance and the grudges and the judgment, that God did not create that. That is all of the ego's making. And we cannot be happy carrying all of that around. Think about it. Are you happy? No, but it threatens the ego, as this lesson says. So what? Anytime you stand for truth, the darkness, the lovelessness, the fear, the ego is going to throw a big temper tantrum. You've experienced it. Try it. Try it online. Try it online. It is like pouring disinfectant into the wound. Ooh, it stings. It stings because you are shining the light onto something that doesn't want to be lit up. It's perfectly fine festering and going viral and replicating its darkness and its fear and its injustice and its hatred. Perfectly fine. The momentum, it's fine. It does not want to be addressed. Little kids, or even me, when I have a temper tantrum, but you see this a lot in little kids because they're smaller. You just let them do it. Just let them have that temper tantrum. Just let them get it all out, as we say. Just get it out. Just get it all out now. Just get it out. And they kind of wear themselves out and then fall asleep or just stop. And that is what I envision the ego is, just this tiny mad idea that when it's threatened with truth just throws a temper tantrum. And that's where your anxiety comes from. It's not really you. The truth of you can't be affected. It's the ego throwing a fit that you're feeling, that part of your mind. And so the fear you feel isn't even yours. It's the ego freaking out that you're onto it and that you're gonna, remember who you are with a capital S. I had a border collie, and she was the perfect breed for me. She's so intelligent, and the relationship, the telepathic connection we had, she examined my body language. She just knew what I was thinking, my energy, everything was amazing. But border collies have a lot of energy. I'm thinking back to the little kid thing I just said, and she had to be She had to be played down before bedtime, before she would relax. We had to play. We had to run. We had to do agility. We had to play ball. We had to go to the park a lot. We had to go on lots of walks. We had to get the toys that she could be interactive with. Eventually I got her some cats. That was the solution. The cats, she would take care of the cats, and the cats would they had this relationship. She was so busy with them, so busy with the cats, making them stay in line, and she'd just get played down. I think it's like that with the ego too. It's going to keep chattering. It's going to keep chattering. And when you bring up the truth, when you shine that light, like I said before, it's going to feel threatened. But as the lesson says, it can feel threatened. It should feel threatened. If you're performing your function, if you're accepting the atonement for yourself, if you're working miracles, the ego's going to feel threatened, and that stuff's going to come up. But so what? It can't change your function in any way. The ego is temporary. It's not real. It can be altered. It can be played down. It can be diminished. It can wear itself out. You can choose not to listen to it. Truth is real. Truth is eternal. Truth cannot be changed. Truth cannot be ignored. Truth is. Let me not forget my function.